Hi folks, John the Wingman 115 channel. Thanks so much for checking in. I'm out here at a remote location. We're at hunting camp for the next 3 days, and I thought I would take the opportunity to introduce to you this tent. This is from a company called NTK, and this is the Hunter GT. This is an 8 and 9 person tent. We'll be going into my philosophy of using a tent this size at hunting camp. But first, I'm going to cut away. We'll do a quick specs rundown. We'll show you the gear, and then we'll do a once around on this. And then at the end of the camp out, I'll give you some final thoughts on this tent. You're going to want to stick around, folks. Hunting camp, tents, it doesn't get any better than this. The video starts now. Let's talk a little bit about my philosophy of using a tent this big, being a one-man show out here at hunting camp. It's all about comfort. One, being able to move around in the tent, being able to change, being able to sleep, just relaxing. Remember, we're not backpacking in. I came in with my four-wheel drive and we parked, we set up camp. So weight is not an option for me. It's not even on the table. So let me take the camera off the tripod and then we'll do a quick walk around of this tent. To me, it's all about features. The camo, yeah, for hunting camp, wanting to blend in, not stand out, that helps. But it's all about the creature comfort. So I'm going to do a quick walk around. We'll show you some of the key points that I'm talking about. One is tie downs. Tie downs are important. The guy outs are important. We had some high winds this afternoon, 20 and 30 miles an hour. And you want your shelter to be intact, especially in high winds. You don't want it to roll over and start rolling down the canyon. So being able to secure your tent is definitely a plus. Now the front side has this really spacious D-shaped door with a screen mesh on there. That's really nice. All about airflow on these tents. Temperature regulation, especially during the day. It also has a door on the back. So if you're with multiple people camping, your family, you have kids and such, you can have one side of the tent for the kids going in and out, the other side maybe for the adults, help keeping the tent clean. Here at hunting camp, if there was 2 hunters, one person could have the other side. We're going to go inside. There's an awesome partition in there too. I'm going to show you. But as far as setup, it was just really easy to set up, especially one person. I unzipped the door. Let's take a step in and show you real quick. really spacious. I'm using a cot in here because being here a couple days, you want the luxuries, and like I said, you're coming in your car, so why not bring the gear? Here's the partition that I was talking about, and it rolls up, so during the day, if you want airflow, or if the family's in here and you want play cards, play games, whatever, it makes really nice. And then at night, I'll show you in just a second what it looks like. You can zip it down, have a little bit of privacy. Mesh gear bag on the side, really nice. Also, down here, there's a spot for electrical outlets to go in and out. So a lot of people bring stuff nowadays, maybe fans, even computers. Be surprised what you bring. And now you have a way to get a power cord in and out. In a minute, I'll show you the outside of the tent and where that is out there. Another mesh pocket on the opposite side of the tent. Really nice ventilation with the screen here. And then you have the canopy that goes over the top. Up at the top, you have a gear hook that you can hang a light, hang a fan. I wouldn't go too heavy, but it'll definitely hold a pound or two. What I like about this tent is that it has a high wall tub on here that's at least 6 or 8 inches. So if you're in a heavy rain and it splashes, it's going to hit a majority of the tub and not the actual fabric. And then on this side is where the electrical outlet is, so you can get in and out with that. This tent has elasticated shock cords on the vestibule to kind of keep a little bit of airflow. Just a quick thought, maybe a little bit longer shock cord to get this out away from the tent a little bit more. Only time will tell how this is going to work. I set it up the way that it was meant to be set up for this review, and in the next couple days, in my final thoughts, I'll tell you what I think about that. This is my initial setup right here. I'm not going to give any thoughts on this setup yet. I'm going to wait until the last day of hunting camp to do that. First impression, it was easy to set up. I'll leave it at that. I'll be chiming in over the next 2 or 3 days talking about this, and then on the 3rd day I'll do my final thoughts rundown on this whole system. Good morning. It was a pretty brisk night last night. I usually keep a thermometer by the tent. A water bottle, you can always tell. This is froze solid last night. But the tent worked really well over the past couple days. Just the room in the tent worked really nice for what I needed here at hunting camp, and in a little bit we'll do some final thoughts on that. First, I gotta have me a cup of coffee. Now for some final thoughts. I thought no better place than actually inside the shelter. As far as room, this 8 and 9 person tent definitely has a bunch of room. A lot of people might say too much room for one person, but it's depending on your philosophy of use. And as I've already explained earlier in the video, when we're out here on these hunting trips, these extended stay camping trips, especially when you're car camping, comfort is your friend. That's why I brought my cot. You bring all the creature comforts, you're going to just have a better experience. And this tent worked really well for that. The construction of this tent is really good. You have this mesh material on the side, and you really want that in a tent. You want to have airflow going through. Now, last night, as I explained earlier this morning, was pretty cold. It froze that water bottle outside, so it was down in the 30s. And we were prepared for that with my cot, with blankets and a sleeping bag. All was good. But the most important thing is you want that airflow going through the tent so you don't get condensation inside the tent. I've had other shelters where that's happened, and then all of a sudden you have like this rain droplet storm inside your tent from just condensation buildup. I had zero condensation today with this tent, and over the past 3 days, this tent has worked really well. For my philosophy of use and what I like to do with my sort of outdoor activities, it makes it really nice. I have a changing room. I could bring a chair in here and relax. It just worked out really good. They also make a smaller size of this version of tent as well. So, I will leave links to this tent in the video description below if you want to learn more about it. NTK makes a ton of family style tents, 2 and 3 man, 5 and 6 man, and 8 and 9 man tents. You're really gonna like them. I'm really happy with this shelter. I look forward to using it on future trips, and I'll be sharing that experience with you folks. So as always, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Now get outside, folks. Take care.